boys and girls, it's Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D, Better Off Reading Every Day. Today I have two princess books for you. It is Princess Penelope by Todd Mack, and it's illustrated by Julia Gran. And the second one I have for you, Actually I Used to Be a Princess, Story and Pictures by Unanda. Story and Pictures by Unanda. Show you the front and the back. Actually, I used to be a princess. I haven't always lived here. Actually, I used to be a princess. When I was a princess, I lived in a castle with 7 tall towers. But one day when I was sailing my boat on the moat, I was stolen away by bandits. The king was simply furious. When I catch those kidnappers, I'll toss them in the dungeon and throw away the key, he yelled. Everyone in the country went looking for me. Over here, over here, over there, over there. The bandits got scared. They decided to dump me on a doorstep. This family took me in. They're really very nice people. But back in the days when I was a princess, I always ate from a golden plate, and I never had to set the table. People paid attention to me when I was a princess. Nowadays, nobody listens. Some people even think that they know more than I do. When I was a princess, I had people like that put in the dungeon. Of course, when everyone was in the dungeon, sometimes I did get a little lonely. At least I don't get lonely around here. But when I was a princess, I had my very own room. And there was no little sister around to mess it up either. I had a whole tower full of toys when I was a princess, and I never had to share. Well, sometimes sisters share. I was a very important person when I was a princess. I always appeared with the king and queen at parades and fairs and market openings. But that was really just about the only time I ever saw the king and queen. They were very, very busy. I see quite a lot of this family. They're around me more than the king and the queen ever were. And, of course, when I was a princess, I didn't get out of the castle very often. There were giants hiding in the woods outside, At least once a month, there was a dragon smoking and snorting at the castle gate. It was safer to stay inside. Now that I live here, I get out a lot more to do things with friends. Sometimes it's even nice to share a room. It's great to be a princess, but when I think about it, I really like being here. The end of Actually, I Used to Be a Princess. Princess Penelope. Let me adjust my crown a little bit. Ah, yes, much better. Crowns, boys and girls, I tell you. Penelope was a princess. She was absolutely certain. She read lots of fairy tales, so she was an expert on princesses. The Princess and the Pea. Her grandmother even gave her a princess crown. This is just like the crown I used to wear when I was a girl, she told Penelope. Every morning, Penelope was awoken by a kiss from the king and the queen. "Good morning, my little princess," the queen always revealed. "I'm Penelope, and I am a princess," she sang at the top of her lungs. The king and the queen had to share a room and a bed, but Penelope had her very own bed in her very own room, just like a princess. Princesses had chambermaids who buttoned and zipped them. So did Penelope. Princesses changed their outfits many times a day. Penelope loved to change outfits. "I'm Penelope and I am a princess," she cheered as she pranced through the palace. Princess sat on thrones. Penelope had lots of thrones. Princesses ate fancy foods served on special dishes. They had servants who waited on them hand and foot. So did Penelope. The servants cleaned up after their princess and comforted her in times of need. "I'm Penelope and I am a princess," she caroled when she strolled through the kingdom. Princesses rode in chariots. Princess Penelope had lots of chariots. Princesses were famous. Penelope was famous. Everywhere she went, people stopped and waved. They smiled and threw kisses. Many of them she'd never met before. They all told her she was beautiful. Princesses made rules. Penelope made rules. The king said she ruled the roost. Princesses liked to give commands and make demands. Penelope liked to give commands and make demands. Sometimes she had to sit on one of her thrones after making too many demands. I'm Penelope and I'm a princess, she chanted, while the queen drew her a bath. Every night Penelope was pampered. She just like a princess. Then she put on her royal robe and climbed into bed. The king read her favorite fairy tale before he and the queen kissed Penelope goodnight. Sweet dreams, my little princess, the king always whispered. Penelope was a princess. She was absolutely certain. The end, boys and girls, of Penelope Princess. Princess Penelope. I'll show you which page I really like, boys and girls. This one, where she says, I'm Penelope and I'm a princess. Should I try it? I'm Miss Reynolds and I'm a princess. I'm bored. Better off reading every day with Miss Reynolds. I'm a princess. Princess Reynolds, princess of B.O.R.E.D. Princess all around. Princess of reading books and telling storytelling magic. Boys and girls, I do not own the rights to these 2 books that I've read to you or any of the books that I read to you, but I do love storytelling magic, and one of the storytelling magics that I love is books about princesses. There was a question asked to me this weekend on my Red Wine Ask Me Anything, and it was, have you read any princess books? And do you own the crowns in the books that you read? Yes, I do. I have several crowns here, and the one that I'm wearing, which goes in my hair. And boys and girls, the reason why I like princess books is when I was growing up, I didn't have any of these books about princesses. And I didn't get to read or see any of the Disney movies until I was much older and I had my very own princess, my daughter Jade. So pretty much now that I'm older, I'm an older girl, I'm living out my princess dreams whenever I read these books to you. So that is why I wanted to share these 2 books with you today. So boys and girls, would you like to see my crown up close? I think I could do that for you. Of course, my favorite princess of all is Sophia the First. And I read a lot of books about Sophia. That's why I like her so much. So we'll put these here. Here's my first one. See it? Nice, right? And that goes in your hair. Here's my second one. That's like a birthday crown print for a princess birthday crown, birthday princess. See that one? I'll put these. Here's the other one. This is a big one. This is my Sophia the First one. Can you see it? There she is right there. So these are all my crowns. And the one that I'm wearing is this one. This one kind of sits in your hair. So it's a different kind of princess crown. But I do like it because it's so different. So here's another one. This one sits in your hair as well. See? We'll turn it around so you can see it. So, boys and girls, you too can be a princess. You don't need a crown. You don't need any of these books about princesses. You can be a princess anytime you want. You can play pretend. You can play dress up. You can play dress down. You can just wake up in the morning and rise and say, I am so-and-so and I'm a princess. And there you are. You don't need a reason. You don't need a crown. You don't need any of these books. You just need a really, really good imagination, which is what I have every single day. So it's been my pleasure to bring these princess stories to you. It is Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D, Better Off Reading Every Day. And yes, boys and girls, I am a princess, at least for today. Bye.